making it well when you get there, you can have not, you can come for one thing and experience something else. You can experience more. It needs to be like a vibe. I remember I was working with a lawyer that had a restaurant in Austin. And I walked in this restaurant and it was full of Black people. And they were the kind that would look in your eye and smile at you. I was like, oh my God, I love it here. And nothing else needed to happen.
Yeah,
it was an ambiance. It was, the food was good, It was a Black lawyer with a restaurant down there. I can't remember the name of it. But it was such a vibe, just being able to go to a space where you're welcome, you're unified to the degree that you acknowledge, your humanity and that makes you humane and that connects you. So I was like, because sometimes, not just sometimes, a lot of times Black people don't do a lot of eye contact around here. Yeah. If they don't know you, they looking the other way. And I'm like, no, we can look at each other and smile. It's okay. Yeah. That's to me still part of bridging the gap. We want to look and smile at everybody and other folks. Why can't we smile at each other? Why can't we acknowledge our, I see you. I see you. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. I think it's really important.
It is. And a lot of that got to do with just, like I tell you, a lot of our problems go back to finances. A lot of that is just financial frustration, their everyday life, whatever. We can always, I'm telling you, it's not too much in our community that's bad that we can't go back to the finances of it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to health, it will come what we eat. Just anything that you look at that's bad, it goes back to lack of finances, lack of resources. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back to the house of resources. That's why I'm always thinking about having resources. And, I'm talking with people about, it's good to have good credit and it's good to have your money right and all that. But what are you going to do if the stores are empty? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be able to still produce our own food too. We can't think just because we got good credit and we got money that we're set. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think bigger than that.
Yeah.
So to me, we need to have it all intact. We're live. Let me introduce. Welcome to another episode of Bridging the Gap. I just started. I pressed record because we was already in a good conversation talking about the new foundation, and the different moves, and just love having a conversation with this soul right here. How you doing today, Miss Brown?
I am wonderful. I've stayed warm. It's a little cool, but yeah, I knew winter wasn't over. Somebody's like, "Oh, that's the last freeze. It's gone." I'm like, not likely. Yeah. And so here we go. It's frozen. Everything's frozen.
We always have that last freeze in February. That's if you're texting, you know that we're gonna get that last freeze every February.
In February.
Every February. So
all I can remember is the year that it snowed in April.
Yeah, that's
so there's no guarantees.
It's about every 10 years it's about to snow in April, but
okay,
you pretty much gonna get a little ice, a little cold every February.
Okay,
then sometimes it's worse than others, but every time you're gonna get it, you pretty much
gonna get a little something in February.
I already knew it. I schedule around February. I already know.
Okay. On Dr. Claudia Brown Day is supposed to the way they have the projected weather now, the temperatures will be maybe 40, 35 to 40, like that. Mm-hmm. And so it's gonna be a cool day, and a lot of times we want to stay in on them days. Yeah. But I'll be out there for my queen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so February, you're right. It's still gonna be pretty cold, but it's time. It's time to put some seeds in some cups or something. It sure is.
Amazingly beautiful. How you doing tonight?
Peace, amazingly beautiful. Good to see you.
Tonight is the art of supporting each other.
Woo!
Would you say that's an art?
That's art.
It's an art to it. It's work at it, especially when you're groomed not to. You're groomed to. Your first reaction is normally not support, and that goes to me, generation of just the way we think and see each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for us to not support someone than support someone. If we do support someone, like halfway do it. Like I have a lot of people that salute me what I do, but they never do it in public, never share it in public, never, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so you can feel it and it's there. It's no problem. I don't worry about that. I worry about where it is at. But I'm just saying, what do you think is the problem with supporting someone that looks like you? What makes it so hard for us? Because obviously it is.
My first thoughts is it's not necessary. Is when you say supporting somebody that looks like you, we put qualifiers on it. I have to know you well. If I don't know you, it's not even a thought, unless it's a thought. Because for some, it is a thought. For me, I see you, I see me, let's get it. Well, I'm going to support. I'm going to try, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to engage if I'm aware. So it doesn't matter who you are. It matters for me what you're doing. Yeah. For other people, it matters who you are.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How do I know? If I don't know you, that's cute. Keep it moving. Yeah. So for me, that's what it is. So if you know them, so you have to move past the person, the personality, to the purpose. Yeah. What are you supporting? If you're supporting an individual, then you're supporting an individual. Some people may come out sometimes. Yeah. They may feel like, their arm is twisted. I gotta go because it's Miss Brown. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's only gonna go so far.
Yeah.
That's only gonna go so far. Period. Yeah. But there should be enough passion in enough of us about some things that it doesn't matter who's doing what, they're gonna go and support it. They're gonna support it because it's by us, for us, or it's for us, even if it's not. Maybe it's not exclusive to us. And what I've noticed is in the community, there's some people who will, and this is just our reality, will shy away from some things that aren't inclusive. So that's, the art of support. Yeah. It's not. So in sales, you have a target market, right? You have a niche. Okay. Why can't you support something that isn't necessarily in alignment? Your target market could be ecumenical and everybody. Somebody else's could be specifically for this group, specifically for that group. Yeah. And then you get to select. I either support this or I do not support this, which is way cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. You don't have, it's not a thing, because I think some people think like you don't have to support a business just because it's Black. It needs to be it needs to be quality.
Exactly.
It needs to be some substance to what you're buying too. So we don't want to just push that. But my problem is, like, I always bring up this example as this lady when I had my food truck. She was like, I don't eat everybody cooking. And I respect that because I'm like that too. So I respect that, right? Uh-huh. But what tripped me out about it, I was like, you can't say that and have a Wendy's bag in your front seat. Because if you just a teenager that didn't even wash his hands made your burger 9 times out of 10. So I respect that because I don't eat everybody cooking too, but I don't eat fast food. I don't eat at certain spots. So I really live by that. But if you tell me now, you just looking at like, I don't want to support you or I don't want your cooking. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me you don't eat everybody cooking, but you got Wendy's. Oh, wow. To me, that was that didn't make no sense. So that's when I'm like, that's more of a I don't want to support you thing than I really don't eat anybody's cooking. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the person, because I can jump to that other side and try to be, find a way to figure out.
I just broke it down because it's nothing personal, because you can't force nobody to buy nothing. But I'm just talking about just the mindset of how I took a peek into the mindset of someone that don't eat everybody cooking, but just left a fast food place. Those two things don't go together.
But I'm thinking they hadn't thought through what they said, and they definitely don't think like Tony, because that was like priceless. Like, okay.
No,
Okay.
it makes sense.
Yeah, but for me, it went to like this personal level because if I'm asking you to come here and eat my cooking, and you say I don't eat everybody cooking, I just took that personal. You just took a jab at me.
Yeah.
So like with the grands when they say they don't want to eat this or that, and I'm like, now I eat it. Yeah. What you trying to say? I know what I eat tastes good. What is you doing, right? And so it's a little offense there, but we don't understand that.
Yeah.
We missed it.
Get offensive until I
you didn't have to be offended.
When I seen the fast food, now I take it offensive because now you're just being personal. You personalize it to me now. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're conditioned to fast food and not to think about it. They don't even consider it. But it is a reality that when we're I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't say that to anybody. I would try the food, and if I didn't like the food, you would know that I ain't like the food because I ain't coming back.
Yeah, it's real simple. Or you can say another day or something. I'll try it out another day. It's not a forced thing to buy. Yeah. I don't do that. I run a business, and I understand that if my product is good, my business will be okay. I don't. Right. I'm not the person. When I did 15 years ago start business, I used to pressure people I know, please buy this. I don't pressure nobody to buy. I tell you what I got, and that's just what it is. I don't even. Right. I'm past that because I used to get like that, and I used to take it personal. Then I realized some years back, I was like, but Walmart didn't start. Mr. Walmart didn't start that to only supply his family. He did that for the world. Like you got to bring products not for your auntie and your cousin to buy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Then you get mad if they don't. You need to bring products to the world and get your percentage of the world because this is so many billions of people. If you just get a half or a percentage of them, you're straight. You know. So when I start thinking like that, I stopped taking it personal. Just realize it's business. Just run a good business. Anything else will happen.
Yeah, but I would support. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. If I can drop out, I can support at different levels. You don't need everybody cooking, then just come buy a soda pop. Yeah, drop by. Support looks different, feels different. That
and pass out flyers or something. You ain't even got to. Yeah, just say, give me some flyers, man. Maybe I taste it next time, but give me some flyers. I'll let people know. Right. To me, that's good as buying a plate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and then it could. Possibly, it could be economics. Like you said, everything run back to economics. You ain't got no change and you don't want to tell me you ain't got no change and you can't get a sandwich. Then maybe that's why you gonna go, I don't need everybody cooking. I don't know. We just, so many different faces can be put on and excuses made or whatever. But it has to, I just know it has to come from a place of, this is what we do and why we do it. It's really not optional. There used to be a time when you looked for Black restaurants to purchase from.
You got to get to a point where it's pride in doing it. So like
absolutely.
Like for example, I had a guy. I don't even know if he still had that shop. I haven't been by in a while, but he was a Black guy. He changed his oil, and I went by there and he was like, "Man, it's gonna be about $50." And it's for the simple fact the way he got it set up. Soon somebody come in there, he got to run to O'Reilly's. He getting the, you know what I'm saying? He's not getting no wholesale deal. And then he got to come back. So he got to try me. He was like, man, but down the street, they'll do your oil change for 25. I said, I know I could have saved money, but I chose to come to you. I did that purposely but most people, what we gonna do, man? We're gonna go for the $25 because it's economics. Yeah, that 25 we can save. So it ain't really that I don't want to shop with you. It just,
hey, Chicago.
It's just that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to shop with you. Is that it's more beneficial because there's 25 can make feed my family or something like that. So I was telling him, what you need to do is guys like me that's willing to come in. We buy barrels of oil, so now you can drop your prices because you got oil already at the shop. You buying it at a wholesale price. There's different ways that we can help small businesses in our community thrive, but then we have to trust each other and believe in each other and try with each other. And then we skeptical on that. So even when the people try to come help you, you skeptical about help, So,
yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
I do.
I get that too. And we got reasons to feel like that always, but to live like that, kind of like I had a lot of business deals, right? A lot of them didn't go right. A lot of them, I mean, and some people haven't talked since. But it don't discourage me from looking for the next person to do business with because I understand it's business. It ain't nothing personal with me. Like if you
Yeah.
talk to anybody that made it to the top, they're gonna tell you everything I did didn't go right. Everybody I started with, it didn't finish with. That's just part of business. But we tend to take it personal. Like, well, business didn't go right with such and such and such and such. I'll never forget them. They the devil. Now they can't be because you used to sit with them. So now that all of a sudden, because y'all don't sit together, they're a bad person now. You know,
Right.
it turned into a personal thing just because people went separate ways. I always show love because 9 times out of 10, of most people that we went separate ways, we end up circling back and came back because it was genuine from the start. It just didn't work out at that particular time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I get it.
And you can do that as long as it ain't no disrespect when you going separate ways. You know,
Mhm.
some people get disrespectful when you go separate ways, and you can't bend that corner back. There's no bending back that corner.
Yeah, not if you go if you go that way. But yeah, we're in a strange place. So we came from a time where we did work together. Now we're at a time where it's difficult to work together. And how do we bridge those? How do we bridge the gap? How do we bridge the gap to the art of support? And I think the art of support is a collective understanding of the importance of our dollars staying in our community with our people. But it is not just based on me coming to spend with you.
Yeah.
So I know I would go and get my oil changed. Like you said, you can get your oil changed anywhere. But I would go because it was a shop with a business that was owned by a Black man. And man, sometimes, the service would kind of fall off, or I'd look and it looked weird to me because I'm like, it's a Black business, but it's being run by other people. And I'm like, well, we got to provide jobs for each other. And then there's times when I saw, and my son experienced it too, where you're getting treated like a second class citizen while you falling over other folks that don't look like you. And so there's some who just do not have a collective mentality.
Yeah, we super
So
individual.
that's something that we have to get back to the collective. And the collective is a group of not everybody having a like mind, but everybody that is alike with different minds. And we still, are able to walk together and build together, accepting one another's differences. But if our minds have been so shaped to to distrust, discount, shy away from, refuse to do business with people who look like us,
Yeah.
then where do we go? So now we start a business, and you got people who just won't come just because, like you said, maybe some experience they've had in the past. You have to be all the way in this. But then
I ain't gonna say that because that same person find hair in their food at McDonald's and go back the next day. So
no, I know. I know. That's what I'm
complain
saying.
about it and won't even think twice about it.
They don't. We won't. We will not. We don't think twice about it.
Yes.
But I do.
Yeah.
And then we need to. We have to.
And I think
We have to. It would be highly beneficial
yeah.
for us to get back to that place.
And the thing we need to do, I think, the most is show the benefits of it. We talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But people, we got to show, and that's what I plan to do with the House of Resources. Like, we're going to show the benefit of the collective working together. How it don't benefit just me, like it benefits this person, it benefits that person. Because a lot of times when you start some initiative or you doing something, everybody looking at you is like, okay, you just doing this to benefit you. Now I'm gonna show you how this benefits me by putting you in a better position. This benefits me by having a location where you can build your dream and your situation, or how I can have somebody that I know in my cell phone and plug you up and put you and your family in a better position. And then I think the more you show that it's more beneficial to be together, because a lot of people look at it, well, I might get messed over, so it's best I stay by myself. But you'll never find anybody successful that stayed one deep, stayed by themselves. That's a street mentality. I used to have it. Like, no, I want to run 100% of my businesses. And then a guy was telling me, he was like, instead of putting all that headache on you running 100% of one business, won't you own 10% of 10 businesses? That's still 100%.
It
You know,
is.
like what he told me, he said, once you want to have 100% of a seed, once you get 20% of a watermelon. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
start thinking different about what I want and want to beat on my chest, the ego, this mine, I own this. And then you
Mm-hmm.
realize wealthy people don't even have most of that stuff in their name. It's in their LLC, it's in their holding company. So
Right.
when I was going after the money, I was going the wrong way because I was using the street mentality, thinking I was trying to get some wealth. And then them two things, that's too low level of thinking to even get to that world. You have to change the way you think, you know. So I realized that the art of support and dealing with people is how you get to the mountaintop. Like I used to be, people that know me, like, man, you didn't change a lot because you're a people's person now. And I'm not really a people's person because I can really be by myself all day. But I think what it is, when I was in that world, I was like isolated by myself because I knew it was
Safer.
the survival. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But in this world, it's just about okay, we doing positive stuff. So now I want to connect with everybody because I want to, like I was talking to 4-1 the other day, 4-1 potential,
Yes.
telling him I was
Down
like.
there.
I said we was in the streets, we'll be trying to connect on some street stuff. So why we can't be connected on positive stuff now? Like why we can't be city to city, the quote unquote would have been street guys connecting city to city, and all we doing is taking care of our community, building this and building that. You know, and that's wealth.
Yes.
That's gangster. That's the gangster part of what wealth is. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
they
I
support.
mean, it makes sense, but it hasn't been. It makes sense, but it's just. I don't know. I guess you would have to look at. Well, you've been in business, so you maybe
It's
you've
happening.
faced some of those challenges.
Yeah, it's
The
happening.
people that, like I said, that I dealt with, they was, had, like I said, if I walk into a black business, I expect to see some black people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I just expect that.
No, I get.
And I kind of noted as I'm going back through the integration trap, the generation gap. Um, it was taking note of resistance training. And resistance training is when we educated or we talked to, we nurtured, we raised our kids to love themselves and to support black businesses. It wasn't an option. You seen daddy do it. So
Yeah,
you fell right in line, right? Then after the civil rights movement and we were able to sit next to and go to the grocery store that now everybody goes to, and our grocery stores are shut down and we have none anymore.
yeah.
But we thought we won, we arrived. And so we no longer even taught black love, You didn't even teach it. You never said to your little, it's coming back, but you never said to your little black girl, little black boy, that you gotta love yourself and that you're strong. And we as a people, we stopped sending those messages. And when we stopped sending the messages, they had to choose between cultures. And so when you look at the black culture and you look at white culture, what does it look like when you just take a look at it? Who's at the top all the time? So how am I going to choose to come to the restaurant over here? And it's not been that was resistant. We are resisting the control of white people over us. We support our own. We go to black businesses because we recognize that white man don't want us over there, or woman, or whatever. That at that time, whenever, and then maybe even now, they don't want us over there. They just want our money. They don't like us. I would not spend my money anywhere where I feel like somebody don't like me. I'll show up once and you won't ever see me again. But that's the training that I had coming up.
Yeah.
That training went missing because we arrived. We won. And I think we talked about this last week. We thought we won, but we recognize now that we haven't. What are the crushing truths that tell us that we haven't? Because we see everybody with a grocery store in the neighborhood but us. Okay, there's Asian grocery stores, there's continental African grocery store, there's Mexican grocery store. Where's the black grocery store? Oh, well, it's the white grocery store. It's the HEB. Well, no, when you get to the head of the HEB and where the money is flowing, it is not flowing into your community. It may trickle. They may do
Oh yeah,
this or that.
they're gonna do a couple of write-offs, but nothing that's changing the narrative.
No, they're not. They're not hiring, quotas and things like that. The power of owning our own Black business is that we are able to empower ourselves and those who need the most, those who are being shut out from opportunities. There's some who, can take advantage of opportunities in different venues, but there's some of us they just don't want, and it's not because we have been radicalized. It's what I'm saying. It's really not. It's just that I don't know. We're still we're still going. I don't know why they don't like us. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't want us. I don't know why they're killing us in the street. I don't know why. I don't know why. We're in this constant state of why are things the way they are? Why are things still happening as they are? And they're going to happen the way they are until something changes.
Drastically. Not
Drastically.
Not just that's why people they be like, "Are you protesting because of this?" I'm like, I don't have to protest because somebody died. My life is a protest. Like the way I live every day is a protest. Yeah. Because even the stories that don't make the news, it's still a bunch of Black people that was killed, and we got, like I said, we got a war on so many fronts, but I understand that we're in a war. A lot of us don't realize that we're in a war.
That too.
We like somebody that think like me, oh man, you too serious, you too this, you too that. You're not serious enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you got kids that ain't set up. You got this, you got that.
Yep.
Like we got so much, but we so numb to it. It's right. Not like, to me, it's an alarm. It's a 911 call alarm on the state of our community. But to most of us, we've been living in it this way so long, it's just normal. Like, yeah, we struggling, but we're gonna make it through. We're gonna find a way. We're gonna hang on. Life is more than just hanging on and barely making it and scraping by every day. And that's why a lot of the decisions, a lot of Black men right now in jail. Some from over policing, some from a lot of systematic stuff, but some just because they're making dumb decisions because they don't feel like they have any other decisions to make.
Right.
Right. And that's the problem I be having when we have people that just talk down on it, but instead of having programs that could changed it. So that's why I'm always looking for solutions. I don't want to say what they need to stop doing in the streets. I want to have a program that gives them a reason to stop doing it in the street.
Right.
Because when I was that youngster and they were telling me to stop, it was just a bunch of people that wasn't just telling me it was morally wrong. Yes, but I'm in this life. That's not what kids want to hear. Like you want to tell me something morally wrong? Show me how to make some positive money without harming my community. Because this is all I know. Because you tell me about morally wrong, but my stomach is growling right now. My dad in jail and my mama is doing this, and you know what I'm saying. Like that kid is wrapped up in his everyday life. And that person that's talking to him is just wrapped up in what it should be instead of what the reality is. Of course they should be doing right. They shouldn't be doing this. Of course, anybody would say that, but tap into what that kid about to do when you walk away. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell you to, because no matter what I tell you to do, when I walk away, what are you finna go through? Are you gonna be cold tonight? Do you got lights? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you?
Yes.
What do y'all got to eat in the house? Like, until I know all them things, I can't say nothing to that kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing for me to say on that moral road, because it's nothing. What are you gonna do morally right when you're in a situation like that? Like,
yes,
I'm gonna just keep starving just to be morally right. Like, what are you asking the kid to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We got to give them situation. When I walk up on the kid on the corner, hey man, I see you making that little money. Believe me, I know what you're doing. Let me show you something. My mentor just made 100,000 in the stock market. Boom, I got him. Now he ready to make that, because he ain't trying to make nothing but 100 or 2 right there. I'm talking about tens of hundreds of thousands now legally. So now, now that I got him, I got to have what? A place that can house him, a place that he can come to every day.
Yes,
like I said, what I just got. You know what I'm saying?
And get that meal. He can get a meal. He gonna eat.
And then what? I got a job over here. I got a thrift store, man. Until we get going over here, I can give you an opportunity. So I'm not just telling you to stop doing it. I'm showing you where you can end up at, but I got help. I got steps on you to get there. You know, I can give you a little job right now. I can keep you in this environment every day, and you can build with other people like minded. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
now I can save that kid more than I'm just saying be good, and then I'm gone, and then I just want you to be good though. But I can't help change nothing you got going on, but just be good because it's the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where we lose a lot of our kids at because we don't put ourselves in their shoes, and that's all I do because I was that kid. Like,
Right.
you know, so I know what that kid wants. Like I know what could grab that kid, and the way we talk to him 9 times out of 10 is not the way.
Right. Right. Um, I'll keep this is what's going through my mind. We have babies raising babies.
For sure.
We have absence of fathers, men structurally, and that's so important.
Oh yeah.
For fathers to be involved and for mothers to be involved both ways. You need both energy. They absolutely bring something different to the table. It always was amazing to me.
Yeah.
I had boys. I had one girl, stepdaughter, but then boys, I say it 5 times. They daddy say it once.
Yeah.
He in the military. He not even here half the time. He not the one making sure y'all eating when
Yeah.
But he say it once. It's some energy that comes with, and so that that's missing.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of these things, and young people, and then I switch, and it was a lot of times grandparents are raising their grandkids. So then you got a generation that gets to just hang out and do whatever they want, and then how they go. As my friend, I was talking to my friend since Rhonda Brown today, and she say her brother was like asking, had somebody gotten over Fool's Mountain yet? Had they got over Fools? You heard it before? I had never heard it, but I love it because it's that kind of wisdom that'll help. At every stage, there's somebody to reach back and give some wisdom to. And I just feel like the funnel got shut off for a whole minute. Yeah. There's a lot that I don't know. And so as like going up Fool's Mountain, I'm like, what? That's what they doing. They're trying to get over Fool's Mountain. So I'll be glad when they get over that. And so I know, but now I got a term to it. And where did it come from? It came from somebody older than me who got it from somebody older than them. That type of knowledge and wisdom that you pass down that's not in a book. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it seemed like the funnel was stopped. I know I was raised without my grandmothers. And so I didn't get any grandmother wisdom. Yeah. So if I was raised without my grandmother, then there was a period of time where my mom didn't have a mother to, for these areas in her life. Should have been, I guess, there was some other female influences, but that wisdom. And I'll go back to, some of the things that my dad would say and do, and the way he made me critically think. And, he didn't tell you, and sometimes he'd show you. Just they had all different kind of methods of making sure you were prepared for this world. Yeah. And it seems like if we're not preparing them for this world, then the world is prepared for them. A system set out, not designed by us and for us, but actually against us. Whether if you're somewhere along the school to prison pipeline. Even if you're able to be on the streets today, doing whatever you're doing, it's still a pipeline. That's a matter of time. Yeah. And somehow we got to shut the pipeline down. How do we shut the pipeline down? We got to bridge the gap. Mm-hmm. Somebody has to. I know you're talking about kids. Somebody got to grab that young lady, that young woman. Mm-hmm. And too often, I think I don't know. I don't know. In my situation, it was different. I was like, hey, no, I'm not taking responsibility away from you. You need that. That's your responsibility. That's going to help you grow up. I'm not stepping in doing this and doing that. You need to do this. You need to do it because you got to grow up. And that was one thing for me. Me and my sister, after we were grown, our parents didn't do for us anymore. They took care of us up until a certain point, and then we had to learn how to make it on our own, and we worked together and we made it. Mm-hmm. We didn't have anybody to give me this and give me that.
Yeah.
We had to figure it out. And we did. We had each other when we figured it out. But it's something, like I said, it's something missing. And we got to get it back. We got the art of supporting one another isn't just a business concept. It's a how do we support that young man on the street? How do we support that young lady trying to raise 4 kids? How do we,
It's a lifestyle. It's a call for a lifestyle switch or adjustment on how we just live.
Just how we live.
That's how we live, because it's so beneficial. If, like I used to say all the time, I want to make a bunch of people. I want to make a bunch of my homeboys millionaires. And people are like, why you focus on making other people millionaires? What about you? And I'm like, see, y'all think so shallow. If I'm making all my partners around me millionaires, what do you think I got? Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you thinking so just about you can't even think that far, because all you hear is, man, you worry about getting somebody else wealthy, getting somebody else set up, But like if I can't, if 10 of my partners are millionaires, I'm straight. Believe me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And that's what we don't understand. We so individualized because we're the way it's set up. We're so caught on my light bill, my refrigerator, my car note, like the light. Like we're grasping every day, we're grasping every dollar just to survive. So sometimes it's done because we really choose to do it, and that's just our nature. And sometimes it's just done by the way life's set up. It just ways that we think. We don't even know it, because I was like that once before. Like I said, it's always about unlearning and relearning about how we operate, how we program. And man, it's crazy. I started watching TV for some years, right? A couple years. When I would go to like my grandma's house or somebody that got a TV on, it's like you see things so different. It's like, y'all don't see that, like when you sit up and watch it every day, it's just a normal commercial, or it's a normal show, or it's it's just regular because you're just so used to seeing it. But you go years without watching TV, and then you see a commercial or you see a show, everything you see it so much more deeper than the person that's just used to seeing it over and over. And I don't know, I just threw that in, but it's weird because it goes back to the programming, where we're programmed to think, where we're programmed to feel, we're programmed to not support that little business. And you'll hear that a lot. Man, how your little business doing? You know what I'm saying? But
it happened to me. It happened to me, and I was very much offended.
Yeah, but what if I say
somebody sure asked me that about the acre?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no wonder. That's the perception. It's a little thing.
Yeah, that's that
how your little. I'm like, okay, they didn't mean it, because our language is just naturally negative until we work on it.
Yeah. And that's why you got to just push through that. Like I get people that don't really support what I'm doing, but they respect it. You know what I'm saying? And they respect it because even though they don't support, they see I'm consistent. They see it's nonstop, and they know I've been doing this for a lot of years. So even the people that really don't support you, you still win them over by just being consistent, by still putting in that work, because it's not about that anyway. It's about, if I get a corner of the mark of the people. That's all I need. You can't save everybody. Everybody not gonna like you. Everybody not gonna be on your team. And you trying to make everybody like you is the wrong way to live anyway, because you have to be a person that you have to be someone that you're not to try to make everybody like you. And still somebody not gonna like you. Even if you try to do it like that. Like it's best to be you and let the people that don't like you respect you, because you're consistent on what you stand on, what you're about, and who you are. I'd rather be not liked but respected because of who I am and what I stand for than somebody that's just, oh, I'm cool and friends with everybody. Like, I'm not like that. I'm working on it, and like I said, I'm always respectful because because I'm joining this different little game of nonprofits and different businesses and stuff.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm back in the streets, man, the way some people be acting and stuff. But like my thing is, I show everybody respect, but I don't want to be near everybody because you ain't gonna like me anyway. Like I can't be invited to all these different gatherings because I'm gonna always be the person that's looked at as the troublemaker, because I refuse to sit around in the room and just laugh and shake hands because it's cool. and then I feel like you ain't doing this or you ain't doing that, or y'all, what are y'all organization really doing for our people? See, you start asking them kind of questions, then you're the, oh man, why do you bring him to the event? He's the spoiler. He's the, because everybody not on that energy. I'm on that energy. I was told the other day, like, why are you so aggressive about this? Because I'm like, our kids are getting swallowed by the system. Why are we all not aggressive towards this? Why this is a state of emergency? What's the laid back? And this is a person that asked me that this person is losing most of their grandkids because of the streets right now.
Right.
Like you're a reason you should be more upset than me. I don't have no grandkids that I'm losing, that like 9 times out of 10, a handful of them finna be in the penitentiary. Like they already got the juvenile marks off, the thieving, the stealing, the breaking in houses. Like they already checking out the boxes. They just waiting on that 17-year-old age, and then they gonna
yeah.
So why you not changing? It should be a state of emergency in your house. You should be more aggressive than me, because that's actually what's going on in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a laid back casualness of what's going on that really just aggravates me. Like, because we so nonchalant. Like it's like seeing another black man. We so numb to it. We get mad, but we so numb to it. It's not like just like the security company that I'm working with now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kid that gets kidnapped every 40 seconds. I learned that. I'm learning this stuff.
Right.
And it's like 200 and some thousand women missing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why that's not on every news? Why that's not on, like, that should be a state of emergency, but we're so numb to it. It's like, it's no big thing until it happens to your family or something. Then you want to go to the news and you want to make it big because now it hits you personally. But even if it don't hit you, why don't sting you different that a child is getting disappearing every 40 seconds while we just talking and chilling and enjoying life, And that's the thing. I think that's what happened to our society. In the 60s, 70s, they wasn't going for that. They was out. It was more like minded, like, this ain't finna happen in our community. We finna do this. We finna do that. And now it's more like, yeah, that's just, it's all right, man. I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to pay my bills. I ain't got time for all that old black power stuff. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My thing is like, and people always talk about, well, you woke, you this and that. But what's so weird about that? And I'm gonna do a show on that woke stuff, because it's kind of like a backhand compliment. I mean, like really trying to be funny. But my thing is, it shows you what the mindset is, because you'll never hear a Jewish person say, I'm woke on my Jewish religion. I mean, my Jewish background. You'll never hear a Mexican say, I'm woke on that. That's automatic. They born into their culture.
Right.
But us, we're not born into our culture. So somebody that's deep into the culture, we got special names for that person or something. Like, no, every black person should have the same mindset about your culture. Like, so somebody that read more, somebody that's super this or super that, you got to give them a special word. That's another mindset thing that I'll talk about that on another day, but all that saying, it goes back to mindset. That's what I'm talking about. The artist, we have to change the way we think, and that's the whole. I went off on other. What's up, Key? I went off on a little tangent talking about other stuff, but what I was really getting at is that it's the mindset, because I was a victim of thinking like that, because it's the scarcity mindset. We don't have nothing, so we feel like if I support you and you get it, then I'm gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lose something. I'm gonna lose something by you gaining something. That's what we're scared of, and we don't realize the more that I help you get is the more that I got just vicariously through you.
Right.
We start seeing it that's a win for your neighbor to be doing a little better. You know what I'm saying? Because if your neighbor doing better, then that means that family doing better. That means the community doing better. Then the neighbor might got an extra piece of bread or something for you. So now you doing better. Like and that's why the tagline is the resource house. Let's pour it into each other. That's what's gonna be on the sign. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta pour into each other to build up each other. Like, I gotta when I gonna have my book signed. I mean, my for my book, I'm inviting all authors around. Like, it's gonna be a signing for everybody, all the authors around. It's not just a kickoff for my book. I want all authors that's around this area to come out, and we're gonna celebrate everybody, and and have the people come out and support all the authors. It's not my thing, because why? Now that strengthens me, because now I'm teaming up with other artists. When they do something in their town, now I can go to their town. Like, it's beneficial, instead of me saying no, can't nobody come here, but people that want to support me. You know what I'm saying? Like that scarcity mindset kills us because we're so stingy, but we gotta be more friendly. And like you said, you can't get no money like this when you got your fist closed. You gotta
Not
open.
at all.
You
Not
gotta
at
have
all.
your hand open.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Love key. Love key.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to say. That the art of supporting each other is really the mind. Everything we go to is finance and mindset, and it's always connected. So what do you think about that? Like the mindset, if we can just shift the way we're thinking about supporting and realize that it actually helps me to support you, I think a lot more of us to support.
But what comes to mind is the art of supporting each other comes deeply with understanding, understanding each other, understanding, what I've been kind of looking at or dealing with. Me and my husband will watch movies sometime, and we searching for movies to watch, and I'm like, we have all these DVDs. So what we gonna do is we go one by one to watch all these DVDs we'd have paid this money for when we had time to watch something.
Yeah.
And so we started off with a piece of the action. Okay. Now, watching a piece of the action when it came out in the 70s was one thing. Watch it at 60. You'll see some things you ain't never seen.
Yeah. You're like, hold on, I missed it.
I missed it a lot. But it was where I was at the time. So when I say the art of supporting each other is understanding where we are. And so a lot of times when, like, if I'm talking to my grandson, I say, now I'm 60. Now I'm saying this from a 60-year-old, but I wouldn't be saying that at this age or when I was this age. And if I was your age, there's no way I could be sharing with you, or I would have the discipline, or that that I would be able to make these decisions. And so that says to him that I got to look forward. I got to lean on grandmother because she knows some things. She's experienced some things. And so understanding where we are. So wrap this back around. There's a Facebook post about good times and the good times. And they might have missed another one. And they talked about Florence, the mother. And it was the most depressing thing. But when I experienced it when it first came out, so now we're talking about people who are probably in their 30s, and they just can't stand it. They don't like it, and they're saying all these things about it. It was depressing to me. They didn't understand that we came from a time where we never saw anybody that looked like us on TV, period. Yeah. And so when we saw them on TV at that time, it was very much encouraging. We didn't see the characters and the plot line. We saw the Black people made it to the movie theater. That the people.
Yeah, that was the win right there.
It was a win.
Yeah.
So the art, we got it, Tony. We done worked our way there. The art of supporting each other is finding the win. Finding the win.
Yeah, cool.
Finding the win.
You can always find something you don't like. Find something you do like.
Find the win.
That's the win.
Find the win.
Yeah.
Find the win.
Find the win.
Find the win. We got it. Find the win, because it's a win in there.
That's gonna be the tagline. Find the win.
That's the artists supporting each other. Find the win. Find the win, because there is a win in it. If somebody, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody pulled their change together, opened a business, and sold a sandwich, that's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you finding the win.
Yeah.
Right? You go in there and you buy the sandwich. That's a win.
A win.
That's a win for the business owner. It's a win for you, because you just distributed your Black dollars and it stayed in our community one time longer. Yeah. Right?
That's all you can do.
Okay. That Black business owner reaches out to another Black business owner, and they start getting they sandwiches. They get them wholesale. Yeah. Because they can buy more of them at the same time. He's selling his over here. He's selling his over here, and they sell them at. Look for the win. That's how we support one another. Just know that when you support, it's gonna be a win, because you're supporting a win.
Yeah.
If they just understood, maybe you didn't open your business, but support theirs and yours could be on the way.
Yeah.
The fact that they did, it shows you it can be done, whatever it is that you want to do. Find the win. We found the answer.
Yeah.
The art of supporting each other is to find the win.
Find the win.
Find the win.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
Don't trip. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, go ahead and do what you can.
Do what you can, even if it's nothing. Like I said, if you grab some
A
flyers,
word.
hand the flyers out. That's the very least. That's something. You know what I'm saying? That's the win.
Sometimes it's just a word. Yeah. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you over there. That means something, you know. Yeah. But find a way. Make it intentionally. Yeah. Intentional. Make it intentional.
You gotta be intentional. Yeah.
Intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell people that all the time, man. We got to be intentional when we want to say because we say we want to connect, we want to do this, we want to do that, and then next thing you know, it's 6 months or a year went by. We got to be intentional about making sure we connect. You know, like
exactly.
We can't just say it. Sometimes the things that we really want to accomplish got to be intentional on making that accomplishment. You know. So yeah, find the win. That's
find the win.
You need that on the shirt right now, you know.
do make it happen. Make it happen, see. Make it happen, CEO Youth League.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
find the win. I don't care. Just find the win.
Wherever the win is, that's where we go.
Find the win, because it's a win, and it's ours. We are winners.
Yes.
Find the win. It's too easy.
You gotta know that. And
it's too easy. That other stuff is really kind of cumbersome. You gotta take the time to figure out that you don't want to. What is all of that? Just find the win.
Find it.
Just find a way to, you don't want to send somebody else over there and can put it in your win column.
Yeah.
But when you do not support the collective, when we do not support one another, the L is automatic.
Yeah, automatic.
We in that column all day and all night. Mm-hmm. Can we find the win? Just find the win.
Yeah.
I don't want no chicken, but can I get a couple of soda pops? I don't care. Something. Because what you're gonna do is as that person prospers, we gotta provide opportunities for our babies. Mm-hmm. When you've opened up the 5th chicken sandwich shop, whatever you open it, right? They got to have some employees, some people to run them shops.
Yeah.
Right. And if you were supporting me, then when little Junior is 15 and he need to make some change, he got a shop to come work at. Yeah. Find the win.
Find the win. Yeah.
Right now, you just buying your shirts from me. You don't even know. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to open up 10 more. And I'm going to have people who can, and that's what our youth. And when our youth step into it, now they're exposed to what their peers are exposed to. Inside a business, not inside a textbook, whether a teacher wants to teach it to you or not and care whether you get it. Yeah. You in there. You get to see what's going on because it exists. Yeah, but if it doesn't exist, if we do not support, mm-hmm. and they just fall away, well, where are we supposed to go, Tony?
That's
so you finding wealth is gangster.
Yeah.
CEO Youth League is gangster.
Yeah.
We finding the win.
That's the hardest stuff on the streets. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting ready. Like, you gonna see, I'm putting together a street team, right? And we going door to door. Like we doing it old school style. We're gonna be walking around. You know what I'm saying? On nothing but positivity. Trying to, like I say, the resource house. We're gonna be figuring out people what they need, what they lacking. You know what I'm saying? So we want to touch the community, but we want to make sure we grab all these youth and make sure they got to know they got a safe spot. We're gonna have a board mentorship on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? We got the fatherhood brunch coming. So like just today, I just got the location yesterday. Just today, I've been lining
it up,
getting the whole lineup because it's gonna be crazy. And it's gonna be pretty much almost like 24. I ain't gonna say a 24-hour operation, but it's gonna be long days and long nights. It's gonna be morning classes, midday stuff, and night classes and night stuff. So I'm gonna be getting some teachers coming in. I'm gonna be getting a community. Like I say, it's gonna be something that other entrepreneurs that's building and need little spaces and stuff can build, and and we can share resources and build with each other. So
you'll be doing. You just be led, do it by the spirit in which you walk in. Yeah. And it's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Righteousness, whatever that means to whoever it means, attracts righteousness.
Yeah.
That's just it. Do it the right way. Follow your heart. Trust. You already know. Don't hold on to money too tight.
Oh no.
This ain't nothing but a thing.
No, this
I'm gonna share it. I'll share it, and if it don't come back or whatever, I've learned something.
Yeah, nah.
But I didn't hurt myself by withholding it. I gave you that opportunity. You know.
Yeah, nah. It's the mission. The mission is gonna be set out forth. It's gonna be plain, and you either gonna get it or not. It's not no. You know what I'm saying? It's black and white. This is the mission. All that other stuff, I don't care about. I'm talking about the mission. This is the mission. This is our vision. This is what we're trying to, and we can
this is what we're going to do.
Differences and everything, because I respect everybody as their own individual boss. You know what I'm saying? Like people that come on with me, they're gonna be working with me on their terms. I don't tell people to come work on me on my terms, because I understand that my fight and my hours might be different than your fight and your hours, but we can still match up the hours that do connect and make something impactful off those hours.
Look at that.
So it's about, like you say, understanding. It's about showing respect and grace to everybody else in their situation. Because sometimes we worry about our personal situation and don't care about the next person's situation.
Not cool.
Like, I might be mad at you for not doing something, but I don't even realize what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we selfish like that. Like that person probably could have did it, but they going through 10 times what you going through, but you don't even realize it because all you worried about is what they didn't do for you. You know, so just understand it and just know that if we still got the same mission, no matter what ups and downs, the differences, let's continue to complete that mission.
Complete the mission. I love it. Yep.
Go for the win.
Complete the mission. Complete the mission.
Yeah, go for the win. Find the win.
Find the win. Be the win. Find the win. But when we don't, we sitting in the loss column.
Yeah, automatic.
Loss is automatic.
Yeah.
It just is. And we can see that it is.
Yeah.
And so what you're going to do is show us what the win looks like.
Yeah.
So you keep on. You have, of course, my support and the support of others, and just but people can't, if they wasn't here for it and they haven't seen it, they can't.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, what connects us, our striving. That striving to be that something different. We know it's possible when others are saying y'all about crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. They waiting on us to fall.
I was told that last week. They were like, they want $300,000 for that place. You ain't gonna be able to get that. And Monday I got the keys.
You got the keys on Monday, right? Yeah, you can't get that.
Yeah. So what if I would have believed them? What if I would have been like, man, you right, it is tight. Nah, you right. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, go for it. Because if I go for it and it don't happen, it's still okay. It wasn't meant for me. That's how I take it. I'm gonna go for it. If it don't work, it ain't meant for me. Keep going.
Right. And you learn something in the process either way.
Yeah.
It's not letting fear and paralyze us. I can't do this and I can't do that. Yes, you can. You can do it all.
Yeah.
That's it. I would tell my kids in the class when they talk about can't. I said, "Oh, can't die, can't bury it out there in that cemetery. Can't die. They dead. You can't find him.
He gone.
He ain't gone. Guess you better go on and do what I asked you to do.
You gotta make it happen because Kane has been gone.
Gone.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be changing the narrative. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
And I'm ready to get in there. I hope ain't no ice in there because you will see me going live from inside tomorrow. I was on the reason I didn't go today because there was some ice on the ground. I said, you know what? I'm gonna work on curriculums all day
and do that
and stuff like that. And that's some stuff I need to talk to you off camera because I ain't really.
Okay.
Have you worked with stuff like that, like curriculums and putting stuff together? Because it looked pretty good when you did your presentation to me. You did that or it was already set up?
It was. It depends on which one you saw. It's one that I put my little on.
Yeah.
But no, I did. My job at Shoemaker was curriculum instructional specialist.
Yeah.
For 9 years.
My thing is the same thing. Like with a book, I got the ideas. Like I got it on my PowerPoint and everything.
I get it.
I just want to make sure my ideas and what I'm doing on PowerPoint connects as a curriculum, making sure I'm teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I'm just trying to make sure that connection part is together when I'm.
I'm here for it.
I got
whatever I got. I'm going for the win.
I can save it. I think I can save it and like email you, and you just look at it and just tell me what you think. You know, you grade me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I so great. We just gonna make it do what it's do. We gonna make it do what it do. It's beautiful, and sometimes you just need you want structure, and it's not your area, so you want assurance. You want hey, somebody else with that kind of experience to look at it and say, "Yep, Tony, that's it."
Yeah, because the teaching I do is just straight from the heart. Woo, 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 woo.
Woo, 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 woo.
Now I'm trying to put it in curriculum and book and then online classes. I'm trying to structure it for that, so it needs to make more, because if the person in front of me, I got them. I can teach them in front of me, but if you're online, I can't give you that same energy for it connect. I need to connect wherever you see that,
So yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. It sounds like Ben now, don't it? It's possible.
I impossible like Ben.
Sound like Ben. That's my sweetheart. When we did the opening for the Youth Backyard Garden Initiative, he showed up.
Man.
He showed up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the support matters. You notice who's there. And you notice who's
not. Yeah. That's it.
And and who's it's okay. I don't want them to sound like you wasn't there. Well, they wasn't there.
No, they wasn't there.
There's a whole bunch of people not there.
And that's just
Leo was there, and it made a difference.
That's a mental check off. Like, okay, so, and it's not a mad thing. It's just about you wasn't there. You didn't support. You didn't come through. And like you said, it ain't even about no money or nothing, just showing up with a smile on your face, clapping for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I'm cool with a lot of people right now because I just show up at events. And you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you got on the road and came, you just showed up. Yeah, man, if I can, I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And most of the time I did that, it was some bigger business or things that prospered from going to those meetings, because you never know who you meet, you never know who you connect with, especially when you're trying to do stuff positive. You're gonna always connect with somebody that y'all can do something together. You know what I'm saying? So we need to understand, like I said, it's beneficial to doing it, not just doing it because you want to source some parties. Do it because you know what. I'm gonna feel better. I'm gonna win because I'm finna help somebody else win. Somebody having a grand opening. We got my partner in Connecticut. He got a 20 for 20. I'm gonna start here, and it's 20 people once a month or however often, but they do it once a month in Connecticut. 20 people get $20 and they just go bum rush a black business. It's just that day. You know what I'm saying?
I want that life because I might not can be there, but I got 20.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I might not can be now. I might can be there, but I ain't got 20.
Yeah. See,
find the win.
Yeah, you found the win. So
find the win.
Stuff like
find
that.
The win.
Support each other and make it cool to support each other. Make it.
That's cool.
I
like that.
So we're gonna be cooking. I'm telling the House of Resources is gonna be. I'm telling you, it's
the
gonna
House of Resources. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just to just be like on the peripheries.
And so we're gonna definitely get everything together. But I want to thank you for another hot episode, bringing that fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you was a natural for it. Look at you. You do it like you over there looking like I ain't did nothing. That's what I'm saying. You go. I was gonna take it that one video going viral, and you're gonna have people asking you for interviews and stuff. When you come on my platform,
where that girl
at? But that's what I seen when we first started talking. I was like, oh yeah, she got it naturally. She don't even try. That's why you be asking, what we gonna talk about? Just we gonna talk. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna talk.
We gonna talk.
You can talk. Okay. Do I get to have my closing statement?
Yes. I was about to give it to you. I'm about to say, go ahead and give us some good words.
Okay, some insight, some insight, because bridging the gap. And when I think of bridging the gap, I'm thinking older to younger and how we understand one another. Mm-hmm. So this is where I am. So we have the acre, right? And what I've learned is that people my age, I'm 60, we're gonna ask once to twice, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, it's called begging.
Yeah.
We too proud. Too much pride on which whatever you would call it. Come if you want to, but guess what? We're gonna get the job done. And the last post I put for YBGI, we cleared that little area, me and May. She my age, I'm her age. Mm-hmm. And we cleared a whole little area. She brought her little chainsaw thing, and we pulling stuff down and chopping stuff up. we've been there since 2018. 2018, working on the YBGI every Saturday. In the summer, the time changes. Many people have transitioned in and out. Can come anytime. It's open.
Yeah.
Right? You see the good that's coming out. I don't know how much more we can do. But what I realize is people our age, we're not going to keep talking to you, but we're going to keep building.
Yeah.
We're going to be there doing the thing. And it is such a joy. But y'all need to know that about us. So if people younger, not y'all ain't pointing my finger at anybody. I'm just saying in general to know and to relate with people, to bridge the gap. Is you like, you look over there and you say, oh, I see her over there and she really, struggling. Why don't she just ask for some help? Because she probably asked you once and twice and she ain't going to ask you again. It would hurt her to have to ask you a third or a fourth time. She don't want your help.
Yeah.
If it isn't given because you are giving it freely.
Yeah.
Not gonna quote. We're not gonna push you. We don't even want it. You can't even give it to us at a certain point. We'll be like, no, just gone. We do it ourselves. We ain't there. I'm gonna tell you, we ain't there yet. So you Backyard Garden Initiative with building, like you said, Tony, we gotta have opportunities for these children. Yeah. We got to give them the skills that they need. We got to pour the love in them. We got to let them know there's some things that they are authorized to resist. Anytime somebody question or denies you any right that you know is yours as a human being, you open your mouth and you speak up. Yeah. You're not just quiet and let somebody run over you. That's not the people you came from. No. It's not the person you are. And so that's the reason why we have and why you build and how, we've connected. We're bridging the gap. And I just want to drop that little bit of insight on how us old people think.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's...
In case nobody can say they didn't tell me. Yeah, you see somebody out there trying to do something and they older than you go along and get you... I know I ain't got to tell you, Tony. I bet I had to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the listeners, the ones that's going to roll up.
Yeah.
And it don't take much for the win. Yeah. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, drive by. Can I grab that trash for you? We got to be there for one another. Yeah. We have to. And don't look for somebody else. Our come up is somebody else's. Somebody gonna lose a little bit. Yeah. It's only so much money in the game. Yeah. So as we get more, somebody got to lose a little bit. Sorry. Why should you have it all? And our babies be locked up and can't find jobs or can't, open businesses that are supported. Why should that be? I'm sorry, I done went over in my closing statements.
No, you ain't went over. You good. Hey, this is our show. This ain't my show. This is our show.
Okay. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's bridging the gap. We got to let the people know and understand. Yeah. And when I learn stuff about young people with my grandkids, I'll tell y'all that stuff too. Yeah. Because we got to bridge the gap. I got grandkids that are, from 1 on up, and my children that are between 28 and 30, 28 and no, my baby is 31. And the oldest one is close to 40. So I got that group, and I got my nieces and nephews in the other little slot. Yeah. And as I learn, I'm going to share so we can bridge the gap, because we bridge the gap through understanding. It's a two-way street. I want to understand y'all. I want Tony to put me on game. Let me know what's really going on, so I don't roll up in a situation and say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing when my heart is in the right place. Mm-hmm. I want to be impactful.
Yeah. I don't want to tear
it up. I don't want damage. Don't want to tear it up. I don't want to tear it up. And so, I keep Tony, don't you say nothing to them if you ain't building them no opportunities. Yeah. If you building them some opportunities, you go ahead and you can say
you can chastise them, because and that's the thing. And I guess people take that in the wrong way, but it's just the reality of quit telling them what not to do if you can't show them a better way. Like
exactly. Get involved.
And it's respectfully when I say that, but it's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I gotta defend that world because I understand that world. I was that child. Yes. I was needing that too. I was needed, but all the people around me was either fussing at me like that or telling me to keep doing what I'm doing. Like it wasn't nobody saying, well, this, and it's because they didn't even know. They don't know about the other side. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
we give him about 5 ways as a black man to make it: sports, a good job, go to college,
military,
army. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Mhm.
I'm like, but it's hundreds and hundreds of different ways for us to be successful. Why are we only giving 5?
Right, right. No, you're right. You're all over it.
You know, it's like,
You're
so
over it. Yeah.
my thing about CEO Youth League, we're not telling a kid to do this or do that. We're telling you that there's so many opportunities. What do you like to do? And we're going to help you flourish with that. That's my
Yeah.
thing. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put different things in front of you, investing in stocks, and so I'm gonna give you a lot of different things that flash in front of your face. You might catch one of those things, or you might just get with our a trade program and just want to build stuff and do. I don't know, but I'm just gonna give you so many opportunities that
Yes.
you're going to be able to choose what you like, and I'll groom you from there on what you like. Because a lot of time we tell kids what to like instead of asking them, what do you like? What do you want to be? What do you got insight of? And sometimes when we do tell them, they do tell us, are you dreaming too big? It's kids right now making $30,000-$40,000 a month on YouTube, doing what we doing right now. Millions of views right now. You
just making money.
But but it's not a lot of the ones that look like me, because those kids are not told that opportunity is there.
That's true, because we're still in job mentality.
Yeah, we're told to go play football, run, go to the apartments in the park, play football all day. That's your dream. When that kid could be on the computer using his brain, doing all this, because they on the computer anyway, but they on the computer doing the wrong things. Like, put them on the computer to they can monetize and be this or become that, or learn about this and learn about that. You know, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like I say, it's so much programming that a lot of time our problem with the parents. The kids be ready to go.
Yeah.
It's the parent that's taking it disrespectful because I'm introducing their child to a whole different way of thinking. And now when you're around me and then you go back around your parents, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I do. We probably need to delve into that a little bit.
Yeah, because I
we probably need to delve into that a little bit. The level to bridge the gap, we have to have that level of trust. I have to, a lot of times people didn't know, what is she saying to them? And even, if my husband maybe see me talking to one of my kids, he may be curious, what's she saying? You got to trust that I love them like you love them, and I'm not going to tell them nothing wrong, and I ain't going to say nothing to hurt them, and I ain't going to say nothing that's going to hurt you. That's going to hurt me. So that might be a good next topic.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll end it there. There was another good fire conversation. Well, I thank you again. I'll be talking to you this week, especially before I make the announcement. I don't want to. I've been biting on it. I've been wanting to post it all day, my pictures and everything.
I'm ready. I thought I missed it because I was so busy.
I'm chilling, man. I just said today I'm gonna sit in the think tank and think. So that's what I've been.
Okay, and you needed that, and then send me whatever you need with the curriculum, or whatever you want me to do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm good. I'll take care of it.
All right. Well, you have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Bye, everyone. He has to. I can leave.